Hello and welcome back. Um, there's been a lot of changes and improvements to the game since my last video. For those of you that haven't, please check out the major update video I posted a couple weeks ago now. I will link that. I'll link that down in the description so you can check it out. There's still been a lot of changes since then. I'm hoping to get a new playtest video out here soon. Hopefully probably 2 weeks on the standard posting schedule. I might do it sooner, just to show off all the new stuff. We've got day-night cycle. I'm looking into more passive events. We've got new areas to show off. I want to work on play testing some of the deserts, the ice area, some of the side zones. I'll probably this next playtest I'll skip the tutorial area. I've shown that off a lot. There's been some tweaks and changes. I'm working on smoothing that out, but the biggest changes are going to be the areas that you haven't seen yet. There's been a lot of improvements to the forest as well. I might show those off real quick during that video. But I'm going to try to really focus on that desert and that ice area. So without further ado, let's get started on today's activity. So I've been using a lot of plugins to improve the game. They add a whole lot more versatility, a lot more utility, generally quality of life improvements. I've been really just trying to take my game to the next level, as they would say. So today I'm going to be adding a few more basic plugins and just kind of tweaking them, modifying them, to give you an idea of what that looks like. And if you're using these plugins, it'll kind of give you an idea of what to expect. These are pretty simple plugins. I'm going to do them one at a time, and that way, if you're trying to follow along, you can see what I'm doing and how it's working. So today I'm going to be working with the hit accuracy, the taunt, and the weather and battle plugins from Yanfly. If you haven't checked out Yanfly's plugins, they're fantastic. I will be linking them down below. They offer a huge variety of functionalities. Lots of optional ones. The core ones are fantastic. Really easy to use. I've been very, very happy with them, and I'm really excited to further develop what they do. So first step when adding in plugins is you're going to find your build. I have a dedicated folder, RPG builds. You're going to go to your build that you are modifying, and you're going to open this JS folder. In this JS folder, you're going to go to plugins. This is where all of your plugins are kept. And as you can see, I have a whole bunch of plugins here. I'll be working on showing off as many as I can in future videos. Some of these, like the New Game Plus, a little difficult to show off in a playtest, but I'll do it if I can. Once you have your plugins folder opened, you're going to go to the folder where your plugins are stored. I recommend copying and pasting them over. That way you still have a backup in the plugin should anything go wrong. And we're just going to drag them in. So we've got hit accuracy, copy paste, then taunt, and let's see, there's weather in battle, there's weather in battle, and there's taunt. There we go. So there we have it. We've got them added in. You can see weather in battle, taunt, and hit accuracy. And that's all you have to do for that step. Very easy to add these in. Next, you launch RPG Maker. And you have to activate the plugins. So actually, here's a little sneak peek. This is an area that's coming up. Let's head over to the overworld. You're more familiar with that. The iconic overworld with many changes and updates. Then you're going to go to these little puzzle pieces. This is where you access your plugins. Double click a blank slot and find the plugin you want to add. I'm going to start with hit accuracy. These are all three very straightforward plugins. They make two of them at least should probably have been defaults. So I really appreciate Yanfly for adding these. Default RPG Maker hit accuracy is calculated separately. So if you have plus 1,000 to hit, they've got their example here. You can still miss an enemy that has a 5% evasion. Evasion completely ignores your hit chance. This plugin changes that to a more standard calculation. So you would, instead of 1,000% hit chance, you would now have 995% hit chance. Which would allow you to ignore that 5%. So this means that enemies with high evasion can be properly countered by characters with a high hit chance, giving you a lot more control of the battle. It means that certain characters can build heavily into that hit rate. It's going to make evasion a little less effective, but overall a more balanced stat. That's a little bit more consistent. This one is pretty plug and play. That's why I'm going to do multiple of these in this one video. You can modify them. So right here we have the skill hit rate times the user hit rate minus target evade rate. These are going to be default. I think all of these are basically 1s. Or this is probably going to be a 0. This is going to be a 1. And this is going to be 100. So I'm not going to change it. I like that exactly how it is. Certain hit, you see, is based 1. Magic hit is based 1. Physical hit is based on user's hit rate. I'm actually going to change these, so they're all going to be based on, well, magic and physical are based on user's hit rate. Certain hit, I'm going to leave at 1 because it is a certain hit. Magic evade is based on the character's evasion and magic evasion, and target certain evade, I'm going to leave at 0 because again, those are certain hits. Most skills in this game, at least certain hits, those are going to be healing skills, buff skills, things that shouldn't miss. You know, you're targeting an ally that's willfully accepting that effect. So, probably you're not going to try to avoid it. You could have something like that in there. It'd make your game a little harder. It'd be a little awkward when your healer misses their heal and your party goes down during the boss fight. So I'm going to leave that as is. Certain hit is also really great for things that ignore armor, things that you want to ignore evasion. I've got a couple skills like that, but they're pretty specific. Like that's kind of their point, is to avoid that evasion effect. So yeah, that's the big thing. It's added in. Then you want to make sure it's in the right order. Okay, Yanfly has a very specific order for all of their plugins. For the most part, they should work out of order to an extent. There's, limits to how well they can do it. On the Yanfly website that I'm going to link, it actually has all of them listed in order. And let's see, hit accuracy goes right below enemy drops. Okay, so there's enemy drops. I might show that off in another video. That one's really cool. So it goes enemy drops, hit accuracy, and then kind of everything else. Make sure to apply, okay, and then save. Then we're going to move on to the next plugin. The next one, we're going to do Taunt. And Taunt is exactly what it sounds like. It adds the Taunt effect to skills. This is a pretty standard mechanic in a lot of modern games. I'm adding in kind of the warrior will kind of have the choice of being tank or being damage or being a mix. So a taunt skill is really, really useful for them. There's also one other tankier character that's a secret character. You can actually unlock him in the current build if you're clever. But he's going to benefit a lot from taunts as well. I might have, if there's a reverse taunt. No, it looks like these are just taunts. But this gives you a lot more versatility with skills and spells. For example, if you have a state that, say, gives 100% magic reflection and magic taunt, that now becomes extremely potent against magic-based enemies. Just a really useful thing to have. You don't need a ton of skills that do it, but it's really good to have a handful of skills, items, states, anything like that. How many eggs? Okay, and it looks like they are a yes/no kind of setup, which you can also modify the target rate if you want to go about it that way. This is sort of a more direct way to do it. So I'm gonna hit OK. Then we want to make sure this is in the right order. Taunt is going to be towards the bottom. It goes right above Victory Aftermath. Okay, so and here I'll actually show the website real quick. So here's the Yanfly website, or kind of the wiki, if you will, and it lists all of their plugins, and they're actually listed in the order that they should appear within your game. It says right here, highly recommended that you place these in this order, which makes it really easy to use these. It makes them really, really effective. So as you can see some of these are a little lighter color. Those are the ones that I have active. I might mess around with things like the AI, but we've got buffs and states. That one's fantastic. Better damage over time. Really enjoyed that one. We've got the damage core, element core, extra drops. There's the hit accuracy, and then we've got lifesteal. Similar to Taunt, I have a couple skills that use that. It's not super pervasive, but it's good to have it. Then we've got Taunt all the way down here. Victory Aftermath and the level up. I've got both of those, and then the weather in battle is that next plugin that I'm going to be showing. So we apply that. Let's go add Taunt to a skill real quick. Let's see, I just have to add that. So let's go to a skill. We'll add... maybe I should just add a skill. That's what I'll do, actually. Let's take a guard. Defend yourself. And I'm going to put it down here. I'm going to call it shield wall. Let's find a good shield icon. Let's go with the shield up. There we go. Brace. Shield and taunt. Guard your allies from physical attacks. I spelled physical wrong, so I'm going to fix that. Ta-da! So, pretty straightforward. The user, I'm going to make this a skill. I'm going to use it on battle screen. And I'm going to some animation, looking good. And then to use the taunt, very, very simple. You just add in this little comment down in the notes box. Boom, just like that. Physical taunt. So this skill, when used, will now draw physical attacks. Very easy. Apply. I'm going to hop over to the class, and I'm going to give this to the warrior. Shield wall. And let's do this. Let's see, hero gets focus at level 8. So we'll give the warrior shield wall at level 8. So focus, dual strike, shield wall, all at the same level. Actually, let's buff this to level 9. There, so now you get kind of more of a spread. And we can make this 7. So now you get the enjoyment of one skill every level for a while. There. So again, a pretty easy plugin to use. I'll probably be playing around with that a little bit more. Definitely going to add some items and equipment. Really versatile tool. And let's move on to the last one, the weather. Weather in battle. This one is just plug and play. Adds a simple effect. Make sure it's below battle engine core. Okay. And then I'm just going to double check that. Yeah, that one goes all the way at the bottom. Underneath level up. Aftermath level up. And then it goes weather in battle. Perfect. And then these ones, you can see these ones now fall under the skill core, so they go below the battle core. Then apply, save all of that, and we're good to go. Yeah, a lot of these plugins are really, really easy to use, and they have some really, really awesome effects. So definitely check out Yanfly, check out their collection. It's like $30 for 100 plugins or something. Definitely worth it, even if you're just making games for your friends and for fun. The amount of tools that you get from this collection it cannot be understated. It's just fantastic. And there's, like, you know, here I'll show, just, you get all of these folders. Each of them has a whole bunch in it. You've got optional ones. These X's are sort of additions. They have a bunch of free ones that you can try out. So those are really nice too. You can actually see a handful that I've used. Alright, we've got the save core, we've got skill core, aftermath, item core, level up growth effects. I actually added my own growth effects. Those are a pretty core mechanic. It was pretty fun to put together. So, you know, some of these do add things that you can implement yourself if you know how to code. If you know how to, you know, manage different variables and things like that. It's not super complex to learn, but not everyone thinks that way. So it's really useful to have these plugins to give you those tools that you can't quite grasp yourself. Or to give you a great structure that you can work off of. Yeah, see, here's a bunch of item ones, equip core, quests. Definitely going to be using these. Yeah, just a fantastic setup. Absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to work with these more. So, that's those 3 plugins. I'll probably do more videos like this in the future, showing off some more that I have planned. I'm going to be messing with encounter rates. Going to be messing with turn order as best I can. It sounds like it's pretty hard coded into RPG Maker. So at the very least, I can have a display. That'll be nice. Skill cooldowns. I added instant abilities, as I've shown in a couple videos now. So adding skill cooldowns will help balance those. And I think it'll give combat a lot more. It'll make it a lot more dynamic, which is really great. You know, the one thing I want to really try to avoid is combat becoming stale. You know, I click this skill, I click this skill, I spam base attack. There's a lot of games that we've all seen them that kind of become that loop. You have to do X, Y, and Z if you want to stay viable. I want to try to make this game as variable as possible. You can play how you want it. You can build how you want it. Every character has a bunch of different options and equipment, so shouldn't have any issues doing that. So, yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please like, follow, and subscribe. If you want to see more like this, comment down below and let me know. If you want me to add a specific plugin or take a look at something, please comment that below as well, and the plugin you want me to check out. I'm always looking to improve this. If anyone knows some really good tile sets, or someone that makes really solid tile sets, I'm always looking for better art. And then check out some of my other videos. Share them with your friends if you really like this. If there's anyone that does, anyone you know that'll enjoy this. And if anyone wants to try out the current build of the game, I'm always looking for playtesters. You can support me on my Patreon, or you can contact me directly and we can talk about it. Message me on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. Patreon, I think, does messages or comments at least. I'm on Itch. You can always comment on the game. I'll be updating the demo soon to reflect the many changes. I think I'll leave up the old demo just for posterity's sake, and to compare, so you can see all the upgrades. Keep an eye out for that. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.